Let's do 783 divided by 8. 783 is our dividend. It's our biggest number. It's getting divided up. We're dividing it by 8, and our answer will be the quotient. So imagine if you had 783 cookies, say, and you were putting them onto 8 plates. Those would have to be gigantic plates. But basically, you'd be giving one to you, one to you, one to you throughout those 8 plates over and over again. And then at the end, you'd have a certain amount on each plate. And we'll probably have some left over because there's a remainder. If you're working with the slideshow, just click and type to put in the numbers, but you can also follow along with a whiteboard or a piece of paper. I'm going to use the steps divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, purple, red, green, blue, repeat. I want you to think about each step, maybe give it a try, pause the video, and then just check in to help you as you go. We're dividing by 8, so I'm going to go ahead and write out the multiples of 8 because that's what I'm going to use as we're multiplying our 8 into the bigger number or dividing by 8. Our first step would normally be 7 divided by 8, but you can't do that. If I had 7 cookies and I was trying to divide them onto 8 plates, I don't have enough cookies to divide by 8. So I'm just going to take a 2-digit number instead. We're going to do 78 divided by 8. So imagine 78 up here divided by 8, or 8 times gets you close to 78. How many 8s can you skip count until you get close to 78? So if you're looking at your multiples, you might have seen this here, 72. But the question is, how many 8s was that? So this is 1 8, 2 8s, 3, 8 times 4, 8 times 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times you can fit 8 into 78. So you're going to put your 9 up top. So 78 divided by 8 is 9. But there's going to be a little bit left over because we didn't exactly get to 78. We only made it to 72. And that's why we do the next step of our algorithm, which is to multiply. We're going to multiply 9 times 8, and we know that because we just saw it with our skip counting. 9 times 8 is 72. I want you to think about what we're going to do next. We're going to do 8 minus 2. Well, actually, we're doing 78 minus 72. And we get 6. So that was our leftover. And we're going to keep that leftover, but we're also going to move on to our next digit by bringing it down. So now we have the 63 to work with. At this point, we've done all 4 steps. So you're going to go back up to the top, the purple, and divide again. And what are we dividing? We're doing 63 divided by 8. Imagine 63 at the top divided by 8. So how many 8s can fit into 63? How many times can you skip count your 8 to get close to 63 without going over? So we are not going to go up to 64. That would be too far. This is the closest you can get, 56. And how many 8s was that? 7 8s. Multiply it back down. 7 times 8 is 56. And now you're going to subtract 63 minus 56. So if you wanted to, you could make this into a 5, make this into a 13, to borrow. This is where it's handy to have a piece of paper with you too, if you want to just kind of jot it down. Okay, there we go. Because I can help you with your subtraction. And we have 7 left over. I'm just going to undo that so that our division still looks the way it was. So 63 minus 56 is 7. And this is our remainder. So that means that if you did divide 783 cookies onto 8 plates, you would have 97 on each plate, gigantic plates, and you'd have 7 cookies left over that you can't equally divide onto those 8 plates. So our quotient is 97, remainder 7. And to check that, what you would do is you would do 8 times 97, and you wouldn't get to 783. You would get to 770, 4, I think, because not 774, hold on, 776. Okay, so if you multiplied 8 times 97, you would get 776 plus 7, because that was part of it. It's remaining. And that would equal your 783. So that's how you check your answer is correct when there's a remainder involved.